Pero no es menor estar en la postemporada, hay que estar entre los 4 primeros para definir en casa, para tener ventaja de localía, para llegar con la mente puesta en la postemporada y con el momento futbolístico. Así que todo eso se viene a continuación. El árbitro del partido, Guido González Jr., el año pasado arbitró al Red Bull en la final, en la MLS Cup, que perdieron contra el Galaxy 2-1. 21 partidos esta temporada de MLS, 86 amarillas, 2 rojas y 5 penales. Al Red Bull 15 partidos. Ambos tienen récord bastante flojo con este árbitro. Red Bull ha ganado 4, perdido 7 y empató 4. New York City, 8 partidos, ganó solo 3.
Esa última chance, porque además tiene un fixture nada fácil. Después les queda Cincinnati de local y Columbus de visitante, equipos de playoffs. Ahí veíamos el saludo de los capitanes, público visitante de cara al encuentro. Le queda a New York City FC Filadelfia de visitante y Seattle de local. Tom Core, que va de titular en ese lugar de contención. Hack seguramente lo imaginamos jugando de central, porque también lo puede hacer en la mitad de la cancha. Ese Julian Hall, que juega con el 16 y con el Sarkeski habitual en la camiseta. Bueno, muy lindo marco para el derbi. 15 años seguidos, decía Andrés, yendo a playoffs, que están en peligro para el Red Bull. Mientras lo vemos a Forsberg. Quiero mucho. Para Coronel, mirá cómo lo fue a buscar ya de entrada, intentando el robo en sorpresa. Gustavo, que no pudo. Wiki Carmona toca con Chupomotín, Maxi Morales dando una mano. El Minotinto Carmona, que va jugando atrás. Doncor espera en el área Chupomotín. Wiki Carmona para atrás, no se entendieron. Por derecha regala la pelota el Red Bull, saque celeste.
Sí, vamos a ver, decíamos, cómo se acomoda el celeste. En principio, sí parece que Gustavo esté de lateral izquierdo. Es un jugador que ha llegado del Ferencváros y que tiene, este es su tercer partido como titular en el equipo. Acaba de llegar al mismo, pero es central el brasileño, que hoy parece que se para en principio como la...
El grupo City contra el grupo Red Bull. Trapito Ojeda. No pudo pasar contra el canadiense Edwards, que le mete el cuerpo. Festeja el público, el lateral local.
It took less than a minute, 45 seconds. The visitors are on the board. big shoes to fill with City's 17-goal man, Alonso Martinez, unavailable tonight. What a moment.
What a start for NYC, and it's all about the press. Red Bull said they wanted to get up to a good start, an aggressive start, but just watch the pressing from NYC. When you've got a player like Hack, look where he comes from. He comes from the centre-back position. He wins the ball back, and all of a sudden, he sets his main man free on the pitch tonight, Fernandez Macau, and he does the rest. The problem that Red Bulls had, they're in possession of the ball. They're taking the throw-in, so they're going to be out of position. And because of that, the turnover occurs in Red Bull's half. Brilliant, absolutely magnificent from Hack, and then he plays it to Fernandez Macau, and then he does the rest. A wonderful finish, and what a start for NYC.
Justin Hack, the homegrown, Brooklyn-born, local impact with the first big play of the night to set up the goal by the Argentine Nico Fernandez Macau. Noah Ayala tracks back for this and plays to the keeper Carlos Coronel. Headed away and out for an Ayala throw. Seems like you always have adrenaline to fuel you through such a rivalry game. New York City is playing for the 5th time in 15 nights, though. Pressure by Julian Hall on the far side. Comes to Maxi Morales, the little general for New York City, to work this across. And there's a runway here for Tavon Gray to play it ahead. Ojeda cuts centrally on Edwards. Ojeda, Gray again, floats it across, far post. Hannes Wolf in the vicinity, but it's out for a goal kick.
And it's been a really, really good start from NYC, because what they've understood is that there's very little pace within this Red Bulls team, so they know they can play high. They know that Red Bulls have to play out from the back, so they're prepared to pressure them, knowing full well that they can leave space in behind them.
Tim Parker coming off a team of the match day performance 1 week ago in that Red Bull win versus Montreal. Looking for a late string of results to crack the playoff party and extend their run of 15 consecutive playoff berths currently. That's the longest streak active in professional North American sports. The Hicksville, Long Island center back, Parker across. This is Ayala. Bergman, played back by Edwards. Ayala tried to thread the needle for Hall on a run. One back here by New York City, and in transition, Wolf has it taken off his foot.
See, NYC at the moment so compact up and down the pitch. The defense close to the midfield close to the attack. Moving in tandem, up and down the pitch. And like I said previously, because of the lack of pace in this Red Bulls team, no Morgan, no Harper, it's a completely different team. NYC know that, they appreciate that, so they don't have to fear dropping too deep, so everybody's connected. And we're seeing at the moment with Red Bulls, they're having to dominate the ball, and they're having to be patient to try and find a space.
Ronald Donkor back for Parker. Touched by Choupo-Moting. The return from Hall. Taken back by the Red Bulls and Kyle Duncan. Donkor, Bergman, the pairing for the 2nd straight game. The Red Bulls defensive midfield. Daniel Edelman, Peter Stroud have been soldiers for this team. They've answered the bell against the ball. Sandro Schwartz looking for a little more creativity from that position in the build-up, and Bergman on the ball now hopes to provide that as we watch Edwards. Donkor felt the pressure from Fernandez Macau. Bergman, 16-goal man, Eric Choupo-Moting. The return for Kyle Duncan, far side. Brooklyn's own Kyle Duncan. Deflected out off Duncan, and it's out for a New York City throw.
I'm just watching Hall, young player, very, very quick, and I'm sure that Sandro Sforza would have said to him, listen, if Choupo-Moting gets the ball or the ball is going towards him, gamble and beyond, because he is one of the players in this team that has that pace to get beyond the front man, Choupo-Moting. What you don't want is Choupo-Moting to be the forefront of the attackers in terms of him being the highest player at the pitch. You need to get runners getting beyond him when possible, and I think Hall is a perfect example of what's needed in terms of a player looking to get beyond.
Here's Ojeda trying to find another gear. He was slowed by Edwards and a yellow card early in the match out of the pocket of Guido Gonzalez Jr. and Edwards with an early booking.
And Ojeda's had a really good start. They're doubling up against Edwards as well, but it's Ojeda just gets the better of Edwards, and it's a light challenge. It's a painful challenge as well. Quite rightly gets a yellow card. But what they're doing at the moment, NYC, when they're in possession, they're making a back three of Gustavo, Hack and Martins. On the right-hand side, they're doubling up with Gray and Ojeda getting at Edwards. And on the left-hand side, Wolf's going, and then Morales just has that free roll.
That's Jurgen Klopp, who holds the position of Red Bull head of global soccer in the house tonight. Mario Gomez, the technical director of Red Bull Soccer, is on hand as well tonight for a game that the team frankly has to have. Only 2 games remaining for them after this. Home against Cincinnati, on the road against Columbus to finish things off on decision day with ground to make up. They win the throw here. Berggren to his countryman Ela, with Forsberg, one of 3 Swedes in the Red Bull starting 11. As we look at Pascal Janssen, his introduction to this Hudson River Derby was successful on the right side of a 2-0 win versus the Red Bulls at Citi Field back on May 17th. We referenced the possession in that game. They had 38% of the ball. Wondering if we'll see a similar approach here tonight.
Well, so far this evening, what we've seen is Red Bulls with 75% possession. And this goes back to something that really impresses me about Pascal Janssen. His team are flexible. It's a massive compliment to his team. They go into every game. They have their principles, but they have players that can adjust to the opposition. And they have clear foundations in and out of possession. But to have a team that you know can dominate the ball, but can also play on the counter-attack, what that does, that gives you so much confidence. But what it does, it confuses the opposition as well at times.
Return pass by Gray. Thiago Martins, the captain, to work this back. Now Hack. Here's Gustavo. Natural center back playing on the left side tonight for New York City. Switch to the right. Gray to bring this down.
Another thing when you talk about Pascal Janssen and the respect that he has for the opposition. Look where Forsberg is now, and look who is fouling. So what's happening is we know Red Bulls play with that 4-2-2-2. Forsberg plays as a left-sided number 10. So his responsibility out of possession is the right-back Gray. So when Gray goes into the right wing-back position, have a guess where Forsberg has to go. He eventually ends up in the left-back position. So what NYC are doing really well so far in this game is taking the strength of Red Bulls and making it a weakness.
And that strength that you speak of, Forsberg, first player since Thierry Henry to produce a 10-goal, 10-assist season for this club. Red Bulls win a throw in the attacking third here. Minutes in, Nico Fernandez-Mercado in his 8th MLS game with the early blow struck by New York City. Comes out to Tim Parker. Here's Ela. Ronald Donkor finds Duncan on the far side. Played quickly by Julian Hall, and now Donkor. Berggren to the foot of Carmona. Wiki Carmona. Edwards, Donkor tried to play that ball through. Broken up by New York City. Ojeda waiting for this. Under serious pressure, Hall got there, but it's deflected out. New York City will have it on a throw. Player Spotlight is presented by Allstate. You are in good hands City always in good hands with the 38-year-old Maxi Morales.
He's started every single MLS game for NYC this season, and he's been excellent. But what he's got at 38 years of age, he's got 5 or 6 yards in his head. So he knows what he's going to do with the ball before it's even arrived. He knows what he wants to do before opposition know what he's going to do. And that gives him such an advantage. So forget about his age. And I've said about a number of MLS players that are aging. They're like fine wine. They get better as they get older because their knowledge of the game, their experience of the game, and knowing where to be in exactly the right moment lead them to find themselves a step ahead of opponents.
Speaking with Pascal Janssen this week, no one knows what the future holds, but if Maxi wants, he can play until he's 40.
Yeah.
The coach's opinion as we watch the key set piece now for this Red Bull side trailing early. Forsberg is the man over the free kick. Signal by the Red Bull captain. Headed away. Martins got to it, tracked down on the far side. This is Fernandez Mercal. Harassed by Berggren as this ball is played out. New York City will have the throw.